जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की, श्री श्री कुंज बिहारी जी की, श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदरता विशाखा देवी जी की, श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की, श्री श्री गौर नित्याय जी की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, शिला गुरुदेव की नित्याय गौ प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी माता जी। श्रीमद् भागवतम, which is our life and soul, and Srila Prabhupada gave us such a wonderful program that every day we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam can give us what other things cannot give us. So everything we get from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is non-different from Krishna. So before entering into pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, let us chant our prayers in the form of Mangalacharan, taking the blessings of the senior Vaishnavas sitting here, all the Acharyas and Guru Parampara. So we'll chant Mangalacharan, then we'll touch the Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swamarupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tupadkamlam Shri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagan Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 74 and verse number 35. varṇāśrama varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ svaira-vartī guṇair hīnaḥ saparyāṁ katham arhati varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ svaira-vartī guṇair hīnaḥ saparyāṁ katham arhati varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ svaira-vartī guṇair hīnaḥ saparyāṁ katham arhati varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ svaira-vartī guṇair hīnaḥ saparyāṁ katham arhati. Hare Krishna, please repeat.
varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ
varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ
sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ
sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ
te guṇair
hīnaḥ
varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ svaira-vartī
saparyāṁ katham arhati varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ vartī guṇair hīnaḥ saparyāṁ guṇam arhati. Vaishnavis. varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ svaira-vartī guṇair hīnaḥ saparyāṁ guṇam arhati varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ dharma Hare Krishna. Word to word meaning, translation and purpose. Disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki varna of the principles of four occupational orders of society. Āśrama of the four spiritual orders. Kula and of proper family upbringing. Apetaḥ, devoid. Sarva, from all. Dharma, course of religious duty. Bhakti-yoga, excluded. Sarver, independently. Vartī, behaving. Guṇaiḥ, qualities. hīnaḥ, lacking. Saparyāṁ, worship. Katham, how. Arhati, deserves. Translation, please hear. How does one who follows no principle of social and spiritual orders or family of ethics, who has been excluded from the all religious duties, who behaves whimsically, and who has no good qualities, how does such a person deserves to be worshipped? Please repeat. How does one who follows no principles of the social and spiritual orders or of family ethics, who has been excluded from all religious duties, who behaves whimsically, and who has no good qualities, how does such a person deserves to be worshipped? Please hear the purport. Srila Prabhupada comments, actually Krishna does not belong to any caste, nor does he have to perform any occupational duty. It is stated in the Vedas that Supreme Lord has nothing to do as his prescribed duty. Whatever has to be done on his behalf, executed by his different energies. Shishupala indirectly praised Krishna by saying that he is not within the jurisdiction of Vedic injunctions. This is true because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That he has no qualities means that Krishna has no material qualities, and because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he acts independently, not caring for the conventions or social or religious principles. Srila Prabhupada ki. So, the scene is Shishupal is blaspheming Lord Krishna. If you know, the Shishupal from his childhood has been envious of Krishna. Particularly at this moment, when he is seeing the glorification of Krishna, he became supremely envious. You hate someone, but when you hear his glorification, the degree of hatred increases. In this assembly, who are sitting? Lord Shiva is there, Lord Brahma is there, Janaloka, Taploka, Nagloka, Siddhaloka, Meherloka. All the residents of these lokas are there. We have Parasar, Vyasa, Sukracharya, many sages, they are all sitting there. Bhagavatam calls this Vyatikrama. Vyatikrama means you disrespect the rules and regulations. In the assembly, one should not speak when there are very learned persons sitting there. Shishupal, thinking himself most learned, seeing that after Yudhishthira Maharaj praised Lord Krishna and completion of Rajasya Yajna, to choose the first person to be worshipped, there was no conclusion. They were talking, all assembled in the assembly. Then we see Sahadev rises up and he speaks about the Krishna. Who is he? He is the source of everything. He is the cause of everything. He is the Supreme Person. He describes the Krishna's quality very nicely. All hearing this, they give their salutation and everybody is so happy. So we see Yudhishthira Maharaj doing the Agra Puja, after washing the lotus feet of Krishna, taking the water, sprinkling on his head all the family members. Some commentators have said that this Agra Puja actually took place after Shishupal was liberated. Because he could not tolerate, so he has in this situation he starts speaking. So what he says first? He says Vedas, the statement of Vedas that time is the unavoidable controller. Yes, very true. Time is the unavoidable controller. It controls everything, right? Of all has indeed been proven true. If you see, we will discuss in the course of the time the way Krishna spoke to Mata Rukmani and Rukmani Mata answered those things. We will go to that pastime. Similarly, we are seeing here. So he is saying, yes, of course, time is proven true. Now, next statement he is making, since the intelligence of the wise elders has now been diverted. So whatever we do, like we see Hiranyakashipu after the liberation of Hiranyaksh, he sits with his mother Diti, his sister-in-law Ruma, and all his nephews, and he speaks very nicely Srimad Bhagavad-Gita in that pastime. But whatever he is speaking, he is just speaking for the sake of speaking. He is not practicing. Otherwise, he would not be so envious of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, Shishupal here is saying that elders are now diverted by the words of a mere boy. If you see the assembly where the Srimad Bhagavatam being spoken on the bank of Ganges, who is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam? Srila Sukadeva Goswami. He is mere a boy, 16 years old. Who is sitting there? His grandfather, Parasar Muni, Vyasdev. All the sages of the three lokas are sitting there. So when Sahadev is speaking like Sukadeva Goswami, it has to be respected. But Shishupal is thinking this intelligence is diverted. Then he says, O leader assembly, you know that who is a fit candidate for being honored. Therefore, you should not hear the words of a child when he claims that Krishna deserves to be worshipped. Shishupal kept on saying many things. And he says the topmost sages that because he is seeing all those persons sitting in the assembly. So he is thinking they should be worshipped, not Krishna. Because he doesn't consider at all worthy for worship. See the contrast, Prabhuji Mataji. Arjun and Shishupal. Shishupal, mother named Sutsrava, his father Damghos. Sutsrava is the younger sister of Mata Kunti. So like Kunti Mata, Shishupal mother is also aunt of Krishna. So his cousin like Arjun. But Arjun has become such a dear to Krishna that he declares, Sevaimatyada yoga pukta prana bhakto asime sakha cheti. In 4.3, bhakto asime sakha cheti. You are my dear friend and my devotee. But Shishupal is dear enemy. The Shishupal, he is saying that this Krishna, he is speaking four things in today's verse, if you see, Prabhuji Mataji. He is saying, varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ. He does not follow any rule and regulations. And he is talking about the kula also and varṇāśrama also. Of course, Krishna is the creator of varṇa dharma. When he says in Bhagavad-Gita 4.13, what is telling 4.13 Prabhuji Mataji? He is saying, Chatuvan maya system gun karm vibhaksa. तस्य कर्तव्यं विद्धि कर्तारम् अव्ययम् चातुर्वर्ण्य मया सृष्टम. So who is the creator? He is not bound by the laws of those creation. Like the king, Prabhupada quotes many times this example. When there are so many laws in the prison, right? And prisoners are housed in the prison. But when king goes to prison, those laws does not apply to the king. Similarly here, this varṇāśrama dharma is not applicable to Krishna. Although he is the creator. Chaturma maya srishtam. And very nicely, Krishna says, Gun karma vibhagsaha. The division is based on the qualities and activities, not by the birth. And Srila Prabhupada proved this. Those who are not born in the Brahmana family, they are the topmost Brahmanas because of their qualities and actions. He is proven. Kula patehe. He is talking about the kula. Whole world, whole creation is the kula of Krishna. Not one or two. Like when Arjun is speaking to Krishna after hearing from Krishna that, oh, Partha, Bhisam Pramukta Sarvesam Chamekchitam. Arjun asked Krishna, you take my chariot and place in middle of the army? I want to see Yos Kaman Vakshayam, who has come to fight with me. Right? So Krishna, when he puts the chariot, he sees everyone, and then his condition we know. But later on when he speaks the reasons, he says, Kul chaye pranashyanti kul dharma sanatana dharme nashte kulam Krishna dharmi bhavatyuta. Kul chaye pranashyanti. Yes, true. What Shishupal is saying? True for whom? Who is under the control of material nature. Krishna is controller of material nature. He is not controlled by material nature. So this kul dharma, whatever is there, is Krishna is not bound by that. Further he says, Adunbhavat Krishna pradushanti kulistya ityustasu vasne jayate varna sankaraha. So 1.39, 40 and 41, Arjuna is establishing about the kula. Yes, kula is very important. Because if this process is not followed, what happens? Lupta pindo dakriyaha. The oblations given to the forefathers, the process stops. So what is the harm if process stops? We need blessings. Ancestors, when they are not given the water, tarpan, then they will not be pleased and you will not get their blessings. Blessings of elders, the foremost in our life. The respect to elders which we are seeing now. Is speaking. One is Sahadev, another is Shishupal. And both are, he is talking boy to Sahadev, but they are also cousins, right? So when Sahadev is speaking, like Sukdev Goswami, he is glorifying Krishna. But Shishupal is speaking, he is blaspheming Krishna. So this kula when he speaks about, that means if you are speaking about the kula and you are taking such actions which may lead to you hellish life. But Krishna kula is all above these things, Prabhuji Mataji. In the purport of this verse, 1.41, Sripad quotes the Bhagavatam verse 11.5.41. And he says, anyone who has taken the shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligations. The moment you take the shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kind of obligation, has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligation to demigods, sages, general entities. That panch rina which we have, if you take the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, Mukunda, then you are free of all these debts, the 5 debts, towards sages, demigods, bhutas, etc., etc. So when Shishupal is speaking, he is saying that kula apetaḥ, devoid of kula. Yes, true, very true. Because he is above, Krishna is above these things. Then he speaks about sva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ. He has been no prescribed duties for him, and sva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ. There is no religious duties, he is not following that. When Krishna speaks, sarva-dharman pratyajye mam ekam sarva-ja aham tvam svape mokshasi ma suchaha. Sarva-dharman pratyajye. He comes for the dharma samthapa yuge yuge, for the establishment of the religious principles. Now he is saying sarva-dharman pratyajya. So these principles are not applicable, as we saw the previous quote of Srila Prabhupada in the purport of 1.41, to the person or devotee who has taken the shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda. The religious principles or whatever examples are given in 3.21, Krishna says, Yad alachati seshta tattate tarojana sayat pramanam kurte lokas tadanu vartate. The great people, they establish the rules and regulations, and general people follow that. But again, this is not applicable for Krishna. In 3.22 he says, Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana Nātavāptamam vartam emcha karmani. He is saying, O son of Pratha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems. There is no work prescribed for Krishna in all 3 planetary systems, nor I am want of anything, nor I am need to obtain anything, yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. So what Shishupal is saying, he does not follow any prescribed duties. Of course, he is not bound by that. Tishu location, all the 3 planetary systems, there is no prescribed duty for Krishna. He says, guṇair hīnaḥ. Right? Krishna Nirgun and Sagun. He is not limited. When people talk of, people fight, Mayavadis and other people, they fight. Krishna is like this, somebody says like this, somebody is Nirguna, somebody is Saguna. He is ultimate. He is the supreme. So he is Nirguna as well as Saguna. When we speak guṇair hīnaḥ, that means he doesn't have any qualities. Yes, Shupal, he doesn't have any qualities. Which quality doesn't have? He doesn't have any material qualities. The purport is given by the and in Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada writes on this particular chapter, this verse, that guṇair hīnaḥ means he doesn't have any material qualities. Many of the purports Srila Prabhupada has given, quoted things, we will go through that. When we see that, when you talk of the gunas, three modes of material nature, there is a comparison like three modes of material nature when you are driving on the road, right? We see some traffic light, and that traffic light has three signs: green, yellow and red. Like these are three gunas. If you are driving on the road, you have to respect those three gunas. But if you are riding a helicopter, will you say, no, pilot, stop the helicopter, red light is there? You will not do that. You will just cross over. And that's what Krishna told Arjuna in 2.45. Tregunne vise veda nirstrigun bhavarjuna. Nirdando nitatvatto niryog chema atman. Ki Arjun, you rise above these modes of material nature. For a devotee, when Krishna is telling you rise modes of material nature, so definitely Krishna is above these modes of material nature. Guṇair hīnaḥ. There is no doubt about that. So in a way, like Prabhupada, the purport is given, in a way he is not blaspheming, he is glorifying Krishna. But he is thinking, I am blaspheming Krishna. Guṇair hīnaḥ, right? And if you see why this guṇair hīnaḥ is there, those who follow the system of Mayavad or impersonalism, for them one simple word Krishna is klesho adhiktaraktesam in 12.5. Followers of these, they are full of klesas, full of miseries. But when you follow the path shown by Krishna, saguna, then it is full of bliss. So it is not klesho adhiktaraktesam. And not only that, when Krishna speaks to Uddhava, 11th canto, he says that faith directed toward the spiritual life is in the mode of goodness. Faith directed toward the spiritual life is in the mode of goodness. Faith rooted in fruitive work is in the mode of passion. And faith residing in the religious activity is the mode of ignorance. But faith in my devotional service is purely transcendental. Janma karma chayme divyam. His appearance, leelas, they are all transcendental. Krishna is transcendental. When he is transcendental, that means he is above everything. So Shishupal, when he is telling guṇair hīnaḥ, so he is transcendental. And Srila Prabhupada in many verses, when he explained the purports, different meaning of transcendental. So we'll see that part. In 110.19, purport Prabhupada writes, the Lord is absolute and has nothing to do with any kind of material relativities. He is nirguna, or there is no material qualities in him, but he is full of transcendental qualities. In the transcendental world, there is nothing contradictory, whereas in relative world, everything has its opposite. Very serious thing Prabhupada is saying in this one. In the material world, sukh, dukh is there, truth, false is there, bad, good, everything is opposite. But in transcendental world, there is nothing contradictory. Everything is transcendental. When Vidura spoke to Maitreya Muni, he says in that 372 purport also, Prabhupada writes, the Lord potencies are eternal. Lord potencies are eternal and are therefore called nirguna. So guṇair, hīnaḥ or nirguna means his potencies are transcendental or free from all tinges of modes of material nature, even up to the mode of material goodness. The spiritual world is transcendental even to the material goodness and thus is unchangeable. When annihilation takes place, an ultimate pralaya comes, even Satyaloka of Brahmaji is dissolved, but Golok Dham remains unchangeable. There is no change in that. And Prabhuji Mataji, see, when we talk of swear, he spoke one word as swear. Swear means he is whimsical. He does whatever he wants, right? So, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, what does it say? Swarat. He is Swarat. Independently, supremely independent person. So, of course, when he is Swarat, so whatever he does, he sets the rules of religion, he sets the principles of religion. So, whatever he says, like Yamraj, Dharmraj is saying, Dharmam tu Bhagavad Sakchat Pranitam. Right? So, whatever he speaks, that becomes a Dharma. Whole of Bhagavad-Gita has become a Dharma. So, he is Swarat. So, he is saying swear. Yes, of course, swear. Now, if we see the example of Samb marriage, this blasphemy which is spoken here, in 68th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Sam marriage was performed, before that, when Sam kidnapped the Lakshmana, the daughter of Duryodhan, all the Kauravas, they came and they arrested Sam. News went to Dwarka. All the Vrasnis, Vansis, they all agitated and they want to come and attack Hastinapur. Balramji pacified them and he came. When he came and he sent Uddhava to the assembly of Dhritarashtra, so he spoke that Balramji has come. Immediately, all the Kauravas, they came taking the water pot, everything to worship Lord Balram, and they worshipped. Once they worshipped Lord Balram, then Lord Balram spoke. What did he say? He said, Ugrasena is our master, ruler of the kings. With undivided attention, you should hear what he has ordered you to do. Now he is glorifying, Lord Balram is glorifying Ugrasena. When he is glorifying Ugrasena, automatically these Kauravas, they are listening. And when they are listening this, and what is the order? That even though by irreligious means, what is the irreligious means? Like Abhimanyu was killed irreligiously by 7 charioteers together. Similarly, Sam was arrested, all the warriors of the Kauravas attacking together. So irreligiously means several of you defeated a single opponent who follows the religious codes. So religion is very important. Still I am tolerating for the sake of unity among family members. Ego, Prabhuji Mataji. Mahaprabhu says, Pratishtha Sukari Vishtha. When we are after the prestige, fame, he is comparing to the Sukari Vishtha. Sukari Vishtha means the stool of the stool-eating hog, or to that extent. These Kauravas are so pride, the moment here they heard that Ugrasena has ordered what they are speaking. Unbelievable, Prabhuji Mataji. They are saying, as if lowly Su wants to climb on the head of who bears the royal crown. So he is comparing, Kauravas are comparing Vrasnivansis like a lowly Su, and they want to climb the crown of these people. Further they say that we have granted them equality, allowing them to share the beds, seats and meals. Indeed, it is we who have given them the royal thrones. And person is mad with his pride, to what extent he can go. Like Shishupal we are saying. They are saying that we have given the royal throne. They don't understand. The Sudharma Sabha was brought by who? By Krishna's orders. And he is the one who brought the Parijat tree from the Nandanvan. They know all that, but pride blinds us. The worst effect of pride is it steals all our intelligence and blinds us. And they don't stop there. They are saying, we looked other way, and they enjoy the pair of yak-tail fans, conch shell, and all this. And comparing Vrasnivamsi is like to serpent. They are saying that like you feed the serpent with the milk and serpent will bite you, similarly the Vransi, we are feeding them and they are telling us to follow the orders. And worst thing they are saying, these Yadavas now have lost all shame. And we know that after hearing all this, what they did, the Kauravas, they didn't wait for the answer from Lord Balram. They simply turned back and went to Hastinapur. Then Lord Balram showed them the right way and they surrendered. The principle is, sometimes we are made of pride. If Krishna is merciful, somebody will show us the way and steals our pride. The way it was shown, taken there. Mata Rukmani, when in 60th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, Mata Rukmani is fanning Lord Krishna. He is sitting on the bed. Jokingly, Lord Krishna told Mata Rukmani 5 or 6 verses. Like we are seeing this, what Shishupal is saying, that swear, guṇair hīnaḥ, sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ, varṇāśrama-kulāpetaḥ. Similarly, Krishna spoke to Mata Rukmani. What he is saying? O lovely broad one, we took shelter in the ocean. We have become enemies of powerful men and we practically abandoned our royal thrones. Light escaper. Yes, Krishna is Ranchod. Right? So, he took the shelter on the made a court fortress in the Dwarka. And here Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book that as if he has gone into the boundaries within the ocean, and when Prabhupada elaborates this point of Shishupal, he is saying that as if the plunderers and they come out on their hideout only when they want to attack. Right? So Krishna, the Shishupal is thinking is that Rukmani Mata, when Krishna told Rukmani Mata that we have taken shelter, but Rukmani Mata said completely opposite. What he says? Yes, you lay down within the ocean as if afraid of material modes. See how the things change, Prabhuji Mataji. You lay down the ocean as if afraid of material modes, thus in pure consciousness. So you are always in pure consciousness. Krishna is telling that women are usually destined to suffer when they stay with the man whose behavior is uncertain and who pursue the path of not approved by the society. So what is the answer of Rukmini Mata? She is saying in verse 36, and just as your activities are transcendental, his activities are transcendental, O powerful Lord, so too are those of your followers. So you are transcendental. When you get connected to Krishna, they also become transcendental. Prabhupada gives many times the example. You have the iron, you put the iron into the fire. So iron becomes fire. Similarly, when you associate and attach yourself with the Krishna and his devotees, you also become engrossed with those qualities which they have. He says, we have no material possessions. Niskanchanana. We have no material possessions. And we are dear to those who similarly have nothing. Wealthy hardly worship me. Wealthy hardly worship me. Lord Shiva is worshipped by whom? Ravana. He is so wealthy. He is worshipped by those who are so wealthy. But Krishna is telling, we are hardly worshipped by us, wealthy hardly worship me. So yes, Niskanchananam. Rukmini Mata is saying, yes, you possess nothing because there is nothing beyond you. When Krishna says, Aham sarvasya Prabhu matta sanapravartate, that means everything and anything is part and parcel of Krishna. There is nothing beyond you. Of course, then what to talk of material possessions? Those who are blinded by their wealth and absorbed in gratifying their senses do not recognize you in the form of death. So Krishna, he tells in the 15th chapter that I come in the form of death, right? So Rukmani Mata is saying that those who are blinded by their wealth and absorbed in sense gratification, they always do not recognize you. Maya javnika channam, like the curtain of Maya. Shishupal has this curtain in front of him. Shishupal, Duryodhan, everybody, they have this curtain in front of their eyes of Maya. Krishna physically is present in front of them, but still they are not accepting. So acceptance from their life has gone. What do they accept? They accept demonic things. friendship of Jarasandha, friendship of all those who are averse to the Krishna, they accept those things. Acceptance is spiritualized or Krishnaized when we have acceptance of things favorable for Krishna. And we have things unfavorable to Krishna, they are materialized completely. So, whatever example Prabhuji Mataji we take of Kauravas, Shishupal or Rukmani Mata, and Krishna spoke to her jokingly, we can take always in right perspective. All these 5 qualities which in this verse today Shishupal is telling, varṇāśrama, kula, sarva-dharma-bahiṣ-kṛtaḥ, svaira-vartī, hīnaḥ or guṇair. All these five qualities can be converted into the good qualities. He is speaking from the bad intention, but devotee can take that as a glorification. So whenever somebody speaks as a glorification, it is praised by all the sages and acharyas. Whatever, for one example, Krishna is fed by Mother Yashoda, right? And he was fed also by the Putana. In Damodar Leela, Mata Yashoda simply takes Krishna off her breast and puts him down to save the milk. Putana having 10,000 elephant power, Krishna is sucking her breast. She could not remove Krishna with the 10,000 elephant power. Because intentions. When our intentions are good in glorification, whatever word we say about Krishna, that will be glorifying him. But even though Shishupal is saying it is depending on the intentions what he is talking about, that's why he is not glorified, Shishupal. Devotee who glorify Krishna, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, Krishna glorifies them or makes the arrangement for glorification of them, but not like Shishupal. So we'll see in the further verses how is blaspheming Krishna, and ultimately he will be liberated by Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Gurudev ki, Nityai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. We have few minutes. If we have any question, Prabhu, please. Yes, Prabhu. The mic.
So Sahadev is the name of Yudhishthira's brother, also is the name of son of Jarasandha, who Krishna put on the throne of Magadha after Bhima killed Jarasandha. Which Sahadev was the one who recommended Krishna for Agra Puja?
This is the brother of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Sahadev, the son of Jarasandha, he's already made the king by the Krishna once he killed, because this is incident is after Jarasandha is killed. So he is there. He is the one. Any other question or comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you for a very nice class, Prabhuji. In that verse, the last line, saparyāṁ, katham, arhati,
yes.
how that can be converted into glorification? Because, it doesn't seem like that.
See, when we spoke about the varṇāśrama, all these 5 qualities which, or the blasphemy which Shishupal is saying, but in terms of Krishna, he is telling correctly, like varṇāśrama. Krishna is above all these things. He is not within the material bounds. He is above these things. So he is saying, as we see in the translation, how does one who follows no principle of social and spiritual orders? Yes. He is not bound by the the social and spiritual orders. So, he is beyond that. When we say Krishna is a nirguna, nirguna means he doesn't have any material qualities. It is a glorification. So that way, each and everything we can take that way. When he says, how does such a person deserves to be worshipped? Of course, the person who is beyond the mode of material nature, person who is beyond the varṇāśrama dharma, person who is beyond the kula, person who is beyond the all religious principles, he is to be worshipped. He is not bound by these things. He is saying he should not be worshipped, but actually such a person should be worshipped only. Okay, Prabhu? Thank you. Hare Krishna. हरे कृष्णा. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील गुरुदेव की नित्याय गौ प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल.
अभी कर सकते
कारपेंटर ने किया
Hare Krishna